up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Sunday freaking fun day. You know it is. And it's the first of the month. Wake up, get up, get up. You know, we got to give you some bone thugs on the first of the month. So, how'd you guys feel about that game yesterday? The Buckeye game, 52-6 victory. Started off a little tight, a little shaky, a little, mediocre-ish, and then poured it on in the second half. So hit me in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about the game. I'm going to run through some of the stats, the guys that stood out to me, the big plays, things like that. So let's get into it. It is September 1st, 2024, by the way. Join me, Jeff and Sean, tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be live on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So hop in there, give us your thoughts. We'll be getting you ready. We'll talk about the Akron game, and we'll get you ready for next week's game against some directional Michigan team. So who knows? We will check it out, though. So let's talk Buckeyes. Zips here, 52-6. Did not get the shutout. That was a little disappointing to me. That's going to put a big dent in my 4 shutouts this year. I really needed this first one to make me feel good about that prediction. But the Buckeyes, all in all, I would say you heard, if you heard the press conferences after the game, Ryan Day, Will Howard both said the exact same things. Really, they started off a little tight in the first half, then in the second half really opened things up and felt things come along. You got to talk Jeremiah Smith. I was happy with Will Howard first off, but we will get to Jeremiah. Will had a great game. Let's see, he had 228 through the air, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Did have the bonehead decision on that scramble where he got tripped up and tried to throw the ball backwards to Trey in the backfield. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But we got it back. So maintain possession. That was key. Trey was hustling and got that one back. But Will Howard, I felt was solid. He was good. I liked him in the running game, taking that little off tackle play to the right. He had a nice 19-yard scamper there. 4 rushes. They include sacks and shit and rushes, but I think that one where he threw the lateral backwards, they considered probably a sack. Anyway, Trey and Quinshawn chipping in. Trey had 8 carries, 65 yards, an 8.1 average. That's pretty good. Had a 21-yard run for his long. Quinshawn took Quinshawn a little bit to get going. He started off a little sluggish, and probably didn't end up with the day he wanted with 13 carries, 55 yards. That's a 4.2 average, but did get in the end zone. He had a nice 13-yard run. And then our guy, James Peoples, true freshman, gets in with 6 carries, 30 yards. That's 5 yards a carry to you and me, and had the touchdown. So Sam Williams-Dixon got in there, 1 carry for 4. So all in all, as far as the yardage goes and the split, 400 yards, I was expecting more than that. I was expecting at least like 300 passing and receiving each. But so we're at 404 for the game, 234 through the air, 170 on the ground. You did have Devin Brown get in there, had three passes, 1 completion for 6 yards. Receiving, you got to start with Jeremiah Smith. He starts off the game, very first play, drops the freaking tunnel screen that was wide ass open. He could have been still running down that if he would have made that catch, but 6 catches, 92 yards, led the team in catches. Also had, I believe, led the team in targets. 8 targets, 6 catches. Emeka, 7 targets, 4 catches. Carnell, 5 targets, 4 catches. And then Jeremiah had 92 yards, Emeka 51 yards, Tate 58 yards. Trey chipped in a couple receptions for 18. Jaden Ballard got in there, had the 1 catch for 6. And Bryson Rogers got in there, had 1 catch for 9. So, and 1 target. So, They didn't really target the tight ends at all. Kazmarek, one target, went off his fingertips there. Um, Kind of surprised they didn't try and get the ball to G Scott once or twice, since he was a former receiver, like a high 4-star receiver. But anyways, um, yeah, receiving wise, Jeremiah is just a freak. He had the fade ball there in the corner of the end zone. He went up and got it. And like Will Howard said after the game, if they're playing press coverage on Jeremiah, just throw it up. He'll go get it. And that's exactly what Will Howard did. Just threw it up there, and Jeremiah adjusted in the air and came down with it. There was no defense for that. No corner in the world can defend Jeremiah Smith on that ball. Back shoulder fade, forget about it. You could run that all day long, and nobody's going to stop it. They have to start double covering you or triple even. But yeah, Jeremiah, the freakazoid, had the big, what do you have, a 42-yarder as well? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Um, 45, my bad. That was the deep ball. He almost got it in the end zone. Tate, a nice catch and run for 34 yards on an easy curl. Mecca totally got screwed on that play in the end zone. He came down, got his hand down. That ball was not moving in his stomach. He had it pinned to his stomach. He's falling on his back, puts his hand down, touches the ground in the end zone. Feet are up in the air because he's getting hit in the legs. So his legs are going up. He's got the ball pinned in his stomach, and his hand is in the end zone. What the hell? The ball was not moving. I don't know what the hell that ref saw. I've seen worse called touchdowns. Things where the ball was very clearly moving, but that was horseshit. Emeka should be credited with a touchdown. And what else here? Defensive side of the ball, we got to talk defense. I mean, that was really they played lights out from start to finish. They did not start tight. Drink of water there. All right. Lathan Ransom led the team in tackles, got the touchdown in the second half there. A couple TFLs. Ransom was all over the field. I did want to bring up one issue defensively. So Akron was obviously trying to get the ball out quickly with RPOs. They pretty much ran an RPO on every goddamn play. But there were some plays where the tight end or the running back slipped out into the flat and was open. I don't know if that was the running back was probably CJ Hicks guy because CJ was playing the will. You saw that Sonny played the mic for Cody. Cody was out on the defense. And then Lathan Ransom should have been covering that tight end that had a big play down the sideline there. He's the strong safety. That's Lathan's guy. So big play given up there. All in all, though, didn't give up a ton of yards. The defense gave up 177, 130 through the air. They beat the piss out of that Finley guy, the quarterback. Oh, I bet he was regretting that transferring to Akron. He probably should have looked at the schedule, dude, before you transferred. Jack Sawyer was in his ass all day long. JT started off the game right, got the early sack and kept the pressure up. These guys, I had some stats here. Where's the pass rush? Yeah, total pressures. Yeah, Kenyatta Jackson actually led the team in hurries and total pressures. Jack Sawyer 4, Kenyatta 3, Tyleek 2. Tyleek had a sack. JT with 2 sacks. Arvell Reese got in there at the mic. That was awesome. Good to see the young buck in there. Hayden Curry with a pressure. CJ Hicks had a sack on a blitz. I love seeing that. Mitchell Melton had a sack. Love seeing Melton in there on those. They ran the Rushman package where Jack slides down into D tackle. They brought in Mitch Melton on the left defensive end position, and then JT and Tyleek were the other guys on the other side. But that was pretty awesome to see. But yeah, Lathan, obviously player of the game on defense. Tyleek had 7 tackles. He was covering, running sideline to sideline on those short little swing passes. They were trying to swing pass the shit out of the Buckeye defense. Didn't really amount to much. They obviously couldn't run for anything. What I say they had there running the ball, uh, 47 yards rushing and 35 attempts. That's not a great average, right? Um, so yeah, 3 turnovers. I mean, Denzel Burke started off the turnover machine, hands on balls. We've been saying it for years. Finally, we saw guys in there punching at the ball. Lathan Ransom, I saw him punching at the ball when the quarterback's running. Uh, Denzel gets the pick, just rips it away from the receiver. Uh, and then you got the late touchdown by Gabe Powers, 36. How about 36 snagging the ball out of the air, ripping it from the running back, taking it in for a touchdown, nice little 20-yarder. But what initiated that was the face of Edric Houston. He has some length, he has some serious length, but his face did all the work. The quarterback dropped back, whipped one right into Edric Houston's face, and it bounced off, and Gabe Powers took care of the rest. But that was a great play. But yeah, up and down the line here, TFLs for everybody: Ransom, Tyleek, C.J. Hicks, Arvell Reese, Jermaine Matthews getting into the act in the second half. JT, Kenyatta, Melton, Downs, Caleb Downs came in there, got half of a TFL on a blitz. So yeah, and defensive touchdowns. The defense outscored the Akron Zips, so not a lot to complain about there, I don't think. So yeah, looking at the drive chart here for Akron, the Buckeyes did my only complaint on the defense is the first drive of the game for Akron, a 47-yard drive, 10 plays. That's not acceptable for freaking Akron, man. But anyways, they go field goal, punt, interception, punt, turnover on downs, end of half, start in the third quarter, punt, fumble touchdown, field goal. That was a 7-play, 44-yard drive. Then punt, interception, touchdown, and punt. So, yeah, not very productive there for the Zippers. And, the Buckeye defense, again, got it done. I mean, they even outscored Akron in the second half. I mean, they did it all. Buckeye offense drive chart started off shaky, like we talked about, punt, then a touchdown drive, 14 plays, 75 yards. That's what we like to see. Then the turnover on downs, that was not acceptable. A 6-play drive that went nowhere. So you go punt, touchdown, turnover on downs, field goal, then touchdown, then punt, end of the half. Then the Buckeyes get the ball back after the Akron punt. Then they go touchdown, fumble touchdown by the defense, then touchdown, then a punt, and end of game. So all in all, things to clean up. We'll talk about the offense on Monday. We'll talk about the defense on Tuesday. I'll give you my grades, PFF grades. We'll talk about Will Howard's disbursement of passes, depth of passes, sides of the field, all that stuff on Monday. And we will talk about pass blocking grades, run blocking grades. You had a couple penalties there that were not necessary. Tegra had one. Jeremiah had one. IGB, again, being aggressive, hyper aggressive, got to dial that back just a bit. You can't pile on the quarterback and go after him when he's already sliding. I know it's a different type of football nowadays, but anyways, all in all, we'll take the dub. Second half, it was a tale of two halves. First half, okay, second half was more of what we expected. So it's okay to get this one out of the way. One of these, clunker first halves on offense, but a lot to work on with the coaches. Plenty of things to rewatch on tape and to clean up. So I expect a monster game next week, perfect from start to finish on the offensive side of the ball. And the defense, not a lot to clean up there. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Hit me in the comments. Hope you will join us tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, live. We'll talk to you later. Go Bucks.